Important alert. Something will happen to your son. Angel says, "My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. I am watching very closely now. My eyes have not left your home, and I have not turned away from your heart. Archangel Michael is with me, and he has come down bearing a divine command that must not be ignored. A storm is coming, and it is not for the world. It is aimed directly at the life of your son. Do not speak to anyone about what you are about to read. Do not show it to anyone. Keep it guarded like breath inside your lungs. This is your spiritual emergency, and I need your soul to stay open to this warning. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Don't delay. Don't skip. Don't minimize. This is a warning, and it is not one you can afford to ignore. The message is sacred. The moment is dangerous. A shadow has been moving silently, trying to get close to your son, and tomorrow morning something is scheduled to unfold, but it is not allowed unless you ignore this. If you act, you can change everything. But if you pretend this message is nothing, I won't be able to stop what is set in motion. You are being handed a spiritual choice. A silent enemy has paid for something to be done, and the clock is ticking. God continues, my child, you must understand this is not an ordinary message. This is one of those divine moments when heaven pierces the veil and rushes in because something irreversible is on the brink of happening. You have felt unusual pressure in your soul lately. You have noticed your son has been quieter than usual. You have seen odd signs like delays, random mistakes, forgotten things, moments of sudden coldness, unexplained feelings of fear. These are not accidents. These are spiritual signs. What's coming tomorrow morning is not a random event. It was scheduled by a group of people who are hiding behind smiles. But they made one mistake. They forgot heaven watches. Archangel Michael says, this message contains secrets you were never meant to know. Secrets about your son, secrets about someone close to him, and secrets about a woman who doesn't want you to be aware. She has hidden herself carefully. She pretends to care, but she's carrying a deep resentment toward you, and now she has redirected it toward your son. You need to stay calm. You need to act silently. You need to spiritually protect your household without panicking. Tomorrow morning, something will try to unfold. I am here to block it, but I need your alignment. God says, yes, it's true. Something is meant to happen to your son tomorrow. But I can cancel it if you listen, pray, and prepare without speaking a single word to those around you. The ones who are behind this have been working for months. There is a connection between your son and a person who recently entered his life. You might not fully understand who this person is, but spiritually they are carrying an agenda that is not from me. They are being influenced by jealousy, bitterness, and a desire to teach you a painful lesson through your son. That's why this is not just about him. It's about a spiritual war being waged against you. Michael says, you think this is ordinary life, but it's not. There are spiritual attacks happening in secret. People are whispering about your family behind your back. Someone has spoken your son's name in a room filled with resentment. Your son has no idea he's walking toward danger. He is innocent. He has no clue, but I do. And so do you now. You must not wait to act. You must cover him in spiritual protection. You must pray tonight as if heaven is listening to every word, because it is. God says this message is your weapon. This message is the divine interception. You didn't come across this message by accident. I guided it to you. I ordered it to reach your eyes because I am intervening. I am not a silent God. I am not a distant God. I am the Lord who watches closely and speaks clearly when danger is near, and today I am warning you for one reason only, because your obedience can shift the outcome. Your obedience is the key that locks the gate of harm and opens the gate of protection. If you ignore this, your son may walk into something painful. But if you act on it, my angels will surround him like fire. Michael says, someone who knows your son is planning to call him or meet him early in the morning. It's not for his benefit. There's a conversation that's meant to destabilize him, confuse him, make him question himself, and pull him into a setup. He won't even realize what's happening. It's disguised as a regular moment, but it's spiritually poisoned. You need to spiritually guard that hour. There's a time between 7 o'clock a.m. and 10 a.m. that is under attack. You must pray before that. Cover that window. Seal it in holy protection. Do not let the enemy make contact with him unprotected. God says, my child, do you remember when I whispered to your heart last week that something felt off? That was me. That discomfort was divine intuition. It wasn't paranoia. It was my voice nudging your spirit. I have been trying to prepare you gently, but now the time is short. Now I must speak with force. I must shake your awareness. You must understand this message is your son's shield. If you ignore it, the enemy will move forward. If you act, I will block it. Michael says there is a secret your son doesn't know. A person who was once kind to him has turned against him spiritually, not openly, but quietly. And your son keeps thinking he can fix it, but he can't, because this person isn't looking for peace. They're looking for revenge. Your son is emotionally connected, but spiritually blind in this matter. And this is why your role is critical. You can see what he cannot. You must pray on his behalf. You must spiritually intercept the contact that's meant to damage him. God says you are not reading this alone. I am right beside you. I am speaking through this message to warn you because I love your son more than you can imagine. He was formed by my hand just like you. He was placed in your life because I trusted you with his soul. That is why I am trusting you now with this divine alert. I know you feel overwhelmed. I know your heart is shaking, but I need you to be brave. I need you to trust me. I need you to pray with full faith. Michael says, you don't need to panic. You need to act with sacred urgency. Say nothing. Tell no one. But tonight, get on your knees and pray, as if you are fighting for your son's destiny because you are. Speak out loud in the name of God. No harm shall touch my son. Say it 3 times. Then light a candle. Place it in a safe space. Let it burn as a symbol that light is stronger than darkness. This is your act of protection. This is your spiritual shield. God says, what I'm asking you to do tonight is simple, but it's powerful. It's not about rituals. It's about obedience. I am assigning angels to your son right now, but I need your prayer to give them legal permission to interfere. I do not force myself into lives. I wait to be invited. Your prayer tonight is the invitation. Your awareness right now is the trigger. Something is being stopped in the spirit realm, but you must hold the line with your faith. Michael says, this woman who is trying to influence your son, she's not working alone. She has been speaking to someone else, someone you once trusted. This is not just personal. This is spiritual revenge. There is a web being spun and your son is the bait. If he walks into it unguarded, he may suffer emotionally, mentally, or even physically. That's why this warning had to come. Now, heaven refused to stay silent. God says, you must also check something. Check your son's phone. Look at a recent conversation he had with someone that made him upset. He may not have told you everything, but the words in that conversation carry clues. There's a message he received that troubled his spirit. It might have looked small, but it was laced with spiritual poison. Pray over that phone. Touch it and declare that every curse sent through it is broken in my name. Yes, you have that authority. Yes, you are allowed to spiritually intercept. Michael says, I have seen many souls ignore warnings because they assumed it wasn't that serious and then they cried later when the damage was done. This message was designed to stop the crying before it begins, to stop the pain before it lands, to give you a sword before the battle starts. You are being trusted with a divine task. Don't throw it away by hesitating. Do what must be done tonight. God says, there's something else I need you to know. Your son is carrying a spiritual gift and the enemy has noticed. That's why he is being attacked. He doesn't even fully realize the calling on his life. But I do. I placed it there. The devil hates anything I bless. That's why this is not just about protection. It's about legacy. If you fail to act, the enemy thinks he can mute the calling on your son's life. But if you pray tonight with full focus, I will anoint him, shield him, and elevate him. What was meant to destroy him will actually reveal his destiny. Michael says, you will receive a sign within the next 12 hours. It may be a dream. It may be a sudden message. It may be a moment when your son says something unusual. Pay attention. It will confirm this message. Do not dismiss it. Document it. Remember it. It's heaven verifying that what you read today is sacred truth. God says, I have assigned new angels to your home tonight. They will linger near your son's door. They will walk with him tomorrow. But they need your prayer to stay activated. You are not powerless. You are chosen. You are not just a parent. You are a spiritual guardian. And tonight you will prove it. Because of your obedience, your son's tomorrow will not end in harm. It will begin in blessing. Michael says, the moment you finish reading this, stop feeling. And you did your best. You tried to be the good one, the strong one, the silent one, but now heaven is breaking the silence. Because you deserve to know that God saw everything. Every moment you sat alone in your room trying to understand why love felt like fear. Every time your voice was stolen by their rejection. Every time they said you were too sensitive for feeling the truth. But you were never too sensitive. You were spiritually aware. You were chosen. You carried light, and they didn't know how to handle it. This is about the moments they thought you forgot. When they talked about you in another room, when they laughed about your pain. When they compared you to others. When they said you'd never be enough. When they took the side of someone who hurt you. When they blamed you for the trauma you never asked for. God says, I was there and I wept with you. I recorded it not to punish them, but so that I could one day show you that your story mattered, that your pain was real, that your tears were not in vain. You learned to survive not because they taught you how, but because I strengthened you. I gave you resilience when the world gave you rejection. I gave you peace in the middle of emotional storms. I gave you protection when no one saw the danger. You weren't just lucky. You were watched over. You were preserved, and now I am speaking directly into the child inside you who was never allowed to speak. You didn't imagine it. You didn't exaggerate it, it happened. And the ones who were supposed to protect you chose pride instead of healing. Chose silence instead of apology. Chose denial instead of accountability. But you don't have to carry it anymore. That weight is not yours. That shame is not yours. That confusion is not yours. You spent so many years trying to figure out what you did wrong. You replayed the scenes over and over, hoping to find the moment you caused the pain. But there wasn't one. You didn't cause it. You were the target of their own, unhealed wounds. They projected their pain onto you. They expected you to be stronger than they ever were. They made you feel like love was something you had to earn. And now as an adult, you still carry the fear that love will leave. But I, your heavenly Father, will not leave you. I never left. Even when they did, even when they neglected you, even when they punished you for needing too much, there is a generational wound in your family, a cycle that repeats, a pattern that has passed through bloodlines unchecked. But you were born to break it. That's why it hurts so much. That's why it felt like you didn't belong, because you weren't meant to blend in. You were sent to end the curse. You were sent to walk a different path. You were sent to carry light into the darkness. And that's why they couldn't understand you. That's why some of them envied you. That's why you felt unsafe in your own home. But God says, I am healing the child in you now. The child who waited to be held, the child who longed to be believed. The child who begged for someone to say it wasn't your fault. It wasn't, and it never will be. The Holy Spirit is stirring the memories not to hurt you again but to heal you deeply. There is something divine happening right now. You can feel it. A burning in your heart, a shaking in your soul, because you're not just reading words. You're being seen. Heaven is opening the book of your childhood and writing a new chapter over the pain. The chapter where you are not silenced, but celebrated. Not rejected, but restored. Not shamed, but shielded. Every moment of pain is now being exchanged for peace. Every lie you believed about yourself is being replaced with divine truth. You are worthy. You are loved. You are chosen. You are enough. I saw when they looked the other way. I saw when they favored someone else over you. I saw when they excused the abuse. I saw when they gaslit you. I saw when they pretended it was your imagination. And I said nothing back then. Not because I didn't care, but because I was preserving you. I was building something inside you that would become your anointing. The same pain they tried to bury you in will now become the platform I elevate you on, because your healing is not just for you. It's for others, too. You are becoming a voice for the voiceless. You think you're broken, but you're being rebuilt. You think you're damaged, but you're being delivered. You think you're behind, but you're right on time. The enemy tried to convince you that your childhood pain meant you were cursed, but it actually meant you were powerful, because the enemy doesn't fight what doesn't threaten him. He saw the calling on your life before you did. He saw the prophetic voice you'd carry. He saw the healing hands. He saw the divine dreams. And so he tried to destroy you before you ever knew who you were. But he failed. You're still here. Still breathing. Still fighting. Still growing. Still hearing from God, and now you're stepping into the full truth of who you are. God says, I am not done restoring you. I'm just getting started. I will make your name known in places where they mocked you. I will send blessings to the very address where they overlooked you. I will raise you up in front of the same people who said you'd never be anything, because I am a God of justice, and I will not let your pain go unnoticed. I am balancing the scales now. I am pouring oil on the wounds. I am restoring what they tried to destroy. And no, they won't understand how you healed so fast. They won't understand how you still love after all that pain. But you will know it was me. It was always me. You are not forgotten. Your childhood did not disqualify you. The dysfunction you came from is not your identity. Your bloodline does not define your future. Heaven's DNA is now your portion. I am rewiring the inner beliefs. I am removing the voices of condemnation. I am silencing the echoes of old trauma. You are free. Not later. Now, right now, as you breathe these words, angels are being dispatched. The Spirit of God is hovering over your room. There is a deep inner shift happening. You are never going back to who you were. You are never going back to that pain. You are stepping forward into light, into love, into truth, into me. I know what they did, but it's what I'm doing now that matters more. They saw a child to control. I saw a prophet to release. They saw a weak one. I saw a warrior. They saw a problem. I saw a promise. And my promises never fail. You may not get the apology you deserve, but you will get the peace they tried to take. You may never hear them say, "I'm sorry," but you will hear heaven say, "You are healed." You may never see them change, but you will see your life transformed because I am with you. And where I go, no curse can remain. Where I dwell, trauma cannot stay. And I choose to dwell in you. I'm not healing you just for survival. I'm healing you for revival. What hurt you will now help others. What scarred you will now shine. What broke you will now bless nations. You are not just a survivor. You are a vessel. You are a temple. You are a voice. And I trust you with this healing. I trust you with this calling. I trust you with this truth. This is about you. When you were a child, they tried to silence you. But I am giving your voice back now. Speak. Heal. Release. Shine. You are free. The time has passed. 3 hours are gone. Heaven waited. And now the shift has begun. The window has closed. The warning has matured into movement. And God says, what I am doing now, I do not need anyone's permission for, not even yours. You were warned. You were given clarity. You were touched by fire. You felt the urgency in your bones. And whether you listened fully or hesitated in fear, the appointed hour has come. The trap that was laid has been dismantled, but not without divine consequence. For God is not only exposing the woman who moved against you, He is now moving you beyond her reach forever. She had her chance. She had moments to repent. She had dreams that warned her to release your name. She was given flashes of her future should she continue to tamper with your destiny. But she ignored them. She laughed. She twisted truth. She thought her charm would shield her from divine judgment. She believed your silence was weakness. She believed heaven was not watching. But now she knows. Now they all know. God is not a myth. Your covering is not a fantasy. Your angels are not symbolic. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword, and the spiritual war has turned in your favor. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. This woman did not just offend you. She trespassed against God's anointed. She mocked your pain. She mimicked your calling. She placed herself in spaces meant only for those with clean hands and pure motives. But now the throne of heaven has issued a decree. The scroll of your protection has been unsealed. And those who touched your name in darkness will be touched by justice in daylight. There will be no more hiding, no more pretending, no more manipulation. The Spirit of truth has descended. The mask has melted. The spirit of deception has been exiled. And God says, I am now moving in power. You may start to hear whispers. Conversations that were hidden will surface. Screenshots will appear. Accidental messages will be sent. Confessions will come from places you least expect. People who doubted your discernment will apologize. People who once defended her will feel ashamed. The truth will spread not because you pushed it but because God released it. And when God releases truth, it cannot be contained. This is divine exposure. Not to humiliate but to liberate. Not to punish, but to protect the path of one who was obedient in silence. Heaven has marked you. That mark is permanent. That favor is sealed. No counterfeit can duplicate it. No liar can erase it. No spiritual thief can access it. And because of that, God is rearranging your circle. Do not be surprised if people leave. Do not be shocked by sudden distance. Some doors will slam. Some hearts will harden. It will feel painful, confusing, even lonely. But it is not rejection. It is realignment. These people cannot walk with you anymore. They have touched what is holy. And God is cutting the cord. He will bless you in front of those who tried to curse you. Not to shame them, but to remind them you cannot curse what God has already blessed. And now the blessing is no longer delayed. You will notice favor multiplying. You will feel a surge in your intuition. You will hear the voice of God more clearly. Because the trap was not just a snare for your path. It was a fog for your mind. And now that the fog is gone, your vision is being restored. What once felt confusing will now feel obvious. What once drained you will now repulse you. The veil is off and you are not going back. There will be a restoration for everything you lost while trapped in emotional confusion. Time, energy, relationships, peace, focus, joy, creativity, health. God is returning it all. Not slowly, not eventually, but quickly, swiftly, divinely. Because you obeyed, because you trusted. Because you stayed quiet when you could have screamed. Because you chose to pray when you could have cursed. Because you kept moving. Even when your soul was heavy, heaven has not forgotten that. The angels never stopped watching. And now they are rejoicing. You have no idea how much was planned against you. You will never know how many times she tried to sow division in your relationships. You will never fully know how often your name was mishandled, but God knew and God blocked it repeatedly. Mercy surrounded you like a shield. But now justice takes its place. That doesn't mean revenge. It means removal. The woman who thought she could control your narrative has lost her access completely. Heaven has silenced her voice. Her words will fall flat. Her influence is being dismantled. Her allies are scattering. Her disguise is destroyed. And her assignment is cancelled. This was never just about her. This was about what's coming next. Because the enemy tried to stop what you were about to walk into. He knew your next chapter had glory attached to it. He knew your name was being brought up in high places. He saw the angels circling your home and he panicked. So he sent someone who looked like light but carried shadows. He sent her to make you question your worth, to destabilize your clarity, to distract you at the exact moment of breakthrough. But she failed, because God stepped in. And now you walk into the greatest unlocking of your life. New doors, unseen provision, unexpected allies, prophetic connections, and yes, the spiritual promotion you were denied before, it's coming back with interest. You will be honored. You will be elevated. You will be protected in public as you were protected in private. And you will stand taller than ever. Not because you forced your way up, but because God lifted you. He is exalting the rejected. He is raising the one they overlooked. He is spotlighting the faithful. And that means you. This is the season where your name is redeemed. Not by man but by God. This is the hour where the oil flows freely. This is the divine chapter of restoration, revival, and recognition. No more delays. No more waiting. No more confusion. The trap is broken. The trapper is exposed. The truth has arrived and you are walking free. Free in your identity. Free in your gifts. Free in your calling. You are not the same. You never will be again. The fire has changed you, the storm has built you. The betrayal has positioned you. And if you're wondering what happens to her now, God answers, I will deal with her myself. You stay focused on your healing. You stay focused on your journey. Let me handle the consequences. I need you to focus on the assignment. I am assigning angels to remove her residue from your mind. I am detoxing your heart. I am flooding you with peace. Don't look back. Don't re-engage. Don't try to understand it all. You're not called to explain it, you're called to escape it. You were given mercy so you could walk into your miracle without stains, without shadows, without shame. Archangel Michael remains by your side. He has not left. His wings are still stretched over you. The battle has ended, but the guarding continues because your next chapter is big. It's beautiful. It's divine. And heaven is making sure no weapon formed against you ever prospers again. Not through this woman, not through anyone. You are sealed. You are safe, you are sent. This is about you. Not someone else. Not a stranger. You, the one reading these words right now. There's a reason you're here, a reason you were drawn to this message. This moment is not a coincidence. Heaven orchestrated it. God says this has everything to do with what happened to you when you were a child. The thing you buried. The thing you never told anyone. The thing they did to you when they thought no one was watching. But God saw. God knew. God never looked away. This moment is your divine appointment. This moment is where the silence breaks. This is where the healing begins. When you were a child, your heart was so pure. You trusted easily. You smiled often. You looked up to those who were supposed to protect you. And yet, something happened. Something that changed you forever. It wasn't fair. You didn't deserve it. You didn't ask for it. But they did it anyway. They broke something sacred. And they walked away as if nothing happened. You grew up pretending you were fine. You wore a mask of strength. You became the strong one, the quiet one, the one who doesn't complain. But inside, a part of you froze in that moment. A part of you stayed stuck in that place, crying out for justice, for answers, for rescue. God says, I heard you. Even when no one else did. I heard your soul scream. I heard your tears speak. I saw the way they overlooked your pain. I saw how they made you feel invisible. I saw the lies they told, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the way they twisted the truth to protect themselves. I saw how they made you feel guilty for being wounded. How they told you to get over it. How they blamed you. How they covered their own sins by silencing your voice. But I, the Lord your God, have never been blind. I never once looked away. I was with you in the room. I was with you in the corner where you cried. I was with you under the blanket where you buried your fear. I was with you in the nights you couldn't sleep. And I am with you now. This is about to change everything. You see, you have carried this for too long. It became a part of you. You built walls to survive. You built smiles to cover the pain. You learned how to function while bleeding. But I am here to say no more. No more silence. No more secrets. No more pretending it didn't matter. It mattered to me. It broke my heart to see you broken. And now I'm stepping in. I'm not just healing you. I'm restoring everything that was stolen from you. I'm bringing light into the darkest places of your past. I'm opening the door you closed so long ago. The door labeled too painful. I'm walking in with my angels and I'm declaring this child belongs to me. Archangel Michael has stood guard over your life since that day. He has battled demons on your behalf. He has defended you in the spirit when the enemy tried to destroy you through trauma, fear, abandonment, and self-hatred. You didn't know it then, but every time you wanted to give up, he was there whispering strength into your soul. You didn't know it, but he was the reason the car missed you. The reason the overdose didn't work, the reason the depression didn't take you out. Because I had a plan. And that plan starts to unfold today. You were chosen even when your family treated you like an afterthought. Even when they made you feel like a burden. Even when they called you names, made fun of your dreams, and crushed your spirit. Even when they ignored you, mocked you, or worse, used you, you were still chosen. My love for you is not based on how they treated you. My love is perfect, unchanging, eternal. I see past your pain into your purpose. I see the beauty they couldn't see. I see the strength they tried to suppress. And I am calling it forth now. You are not what they did to you. You are not what they said about you. You are not your trauma. You are not your wounds. You are my child, my beloved, my masterpiece. And I am breathing new life into you. You are safe now. You don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to pretend anymore. Let the tears come. Let the pain rise. I can handle it. I've already handled it on the cross. Your healing is paid for. Your restoration is guaranteed. You just have to receive it. You thought you were forgotten. You thought maybe this was your fate. To live quietly with wounds no one could see. To be the helper, the fixer, the strong one while bleeding inside. But I say no more. I am reversing the curse. I am breaking generational trauma. I am undoing every lie they told you. I am stripping away the shame they dumped on your shoulders. I am lifting you up out of the pit of silence. I am crowning you with honor. I am rewriting your story. And those who hurt you, those who hid behind masks, will not be able to hide much longer. I will expose the truth. You don't have to fight for justice. I am your justice. I am your defender. I saw it all. I heard it all and I kept the records. Heaven knows. Heaven remembers. But now heaven moves. This is your deliverance hour. This is when chains break. This is when you finally breathe. Not the shallow breath of survival, but the deep breath of a child who knows they are safe. You are safe now. I repeat, you are safe now. No more nightmares. No more flashbacks. No more questioning your worth. You are worthy. You are priceless. You are not too broken to be loved. You are not too damaged to be healed. Archangel Michael has tears in his eyes as he watches you read this because he has seen everything you've endured and waited patiently for this moment. This moment when you hear the truth. When you finally accept that it wasn't your fault, that you didn't deserve it, that you didn't imagine it, and that healing is your right. He is holding a sword not to fight you but to destroy the spiritual forces that have kept you in bondage. He is cutting every tie to trauma, every soul wound, every generational chain, every lie. It ends now. It ends here with you. You are not a victim. You are a warrior, a survivor, a chosen one. God doesn't pick the perfect. He picks the broken and makes them beautiful. He picks the discarded and gives them destiny. That's what's happening to you right now. A shift, a holy shift from pain to purpose. From wounds to wisdom. From surviving to thriving. You are about to become the person you were always meant to be. The one who walks in power, not in pain. The one who speaks boldly not through brokenness but through healing. The one who shines so brightly that darkness can't even stand near you. This is your divine comeback. The tables are turning. The story is changing. And everything that was once used to break you will now be used to bless you. Your voice is returning. Your confidence is returning. Your joy is returning. Your faith is being restored. This is not hype. This is not wishful thinking. This is heaven's decree.